now April, and I hope you're enjoying the lighter nights. And I was hoping to make this vlog outside in the sunshine. This time last week I was enjoying about 18 degrees, but today it's pouring with rain, so here I am back at my desk. And the reason I'm at my desk today is because I'm actually going to read from some notes today, because I've just spent 2 weeks writing my latest newsletter. And for anyone who wants to log on to my site, you can subscribe for free, you can download it for free. I've written, I think, what's one of my most important newsletters to do with cholesterol. Now, the current science, or the current medicine, orthodox medicine, says that LDL, which has always been considered the bad guy, it's the low density lipoprotein, is not as bad as previously thought. And the HDL, the high density lipoprotein, is the good guy. And I've always written that it's good to have a low LDL and a high HDL. And most doctors now are saying that anyone who has a cholesterol over about 5.6 or 6, that's a total cholesterol, should be put onto a low dose of statins. And they're saying that could save millions of people from heart disease and strokes. Well, a new story is emerging and it's huge. Now, I found this fascinating article which is going to be scanned and put on my website in the Daily Telegraph on the 24th of March, written by a vascular surgeon, Haroon Garaj. I don't know how to pronounce his name, I'm sure he's a very nice man. And his cholesterol was extremely high. And he was put on 20 milligrams of statins every day. And he decided to start researching whether the statins would actually save his life or not. And what he found is that the latest emerging research is that if you cut down or cut out refined carbohydrates and sugars rather than healthy cuts of meat, his LDL went down naturally. And in his own words, he says here, it says, okay, sorry about this, my poor old eyes. He said that my cholesterol levels, no, he concluded that statins were not going to save me from a heart attack and that my cholesterol levels were all but irrelevant. So you might think, oh, well, that's just his story. But I then was told by a friend to read this book by a neurologist, a very famous neurologist in America, who also happens to be a nutritional physician. I can't get my teeth around this today. His name is Dr. David Perlmutter, and it's one of the best health books I've ever read. It's now available in paperback, and it's called Grain Brain. And what David is saying in here matches the current emerging research, such as more research here in the Times, saying that scientists at Cambridge University have found that saturated fat does not cause heart disease. So then we move on to the whole LDL, HDL debate. And it turns out that the problem with LDL only becomes a problem if it oxidizes within the body. Now, when you peel an apple and leave it open to the air, it turns brown, it oxidizes. And this is basically what happens to the cells within your body. And what causes this oxidation is being alive, obviously, and eating too many refined carbs. And the way to reduce the oxidation load on the body is obviously to reduce the amount of carbs that you eat. We didn't have muffins 10,000 years ago, did we? And white bread full of gluten. And also to make sure you're taking enough full spectrum vitamin E in the form of avocados, wheat germ, and for anyone who's not allergic to nuts, you can eat walnuts and such things. But the important, sorry, I keep using the phrase important here, but I've marked up some things here that I think I need to pass to you, is that when I discussed this with a fellow doctor, he said, well, I'm obviously not a doctor, by the way, with another doctor. He said that people should be asking when they're put on statins, if my body deems production of cholesterol vital to life, why would you want to shut it down? And it turns out that when you take statins, you also lower production of a very important enzyme called coenzyme Q10, which is a vitamin-like substance that's manufactured in your liver. And when you start taking statins, production of coenzyme Q10 is also slowed or stops altogether. And coenzyme Q10 protects the muscles in the body, and it also gives you energy at a cellular level. And therefore it's no wonder that so many people who are on statins are complaining of chest pain, muscle pain, and tiredness, and it's because they are lacking in CoQ10. Now, the other thing that I didn't really understand fully until now is that we need cholesterol to manufacture hormones, including testosterone and estrogen, as well as vitamin D, and that your cholesterol levels can go up and down according to the seasons. But the main thing that Permulator says, and he says this time and again, LDL is not the enemy. This is hugely important information. Anyway, my blog has now gone on for long enough, but I beg of you to read my newsletter because the information that I'm giving is really important. And I'd like to finish with a quote from a Dr. George Mann, who took part in the famous Framingham heart study, and he's publicly stated that the diet heart hypothesis that suggests that a high intake of fat or cholesterol causes heart disease has been repeatedly shown to be wrong. The public is being deceived by the greatest health scam of the century. So I really, really hope that you will either read this book, The Grain Brain, or have a look at my newsletter and at least be up to speed with the latest research, which you can then take to your doctor. We need to get the word out there. So sorry to rabbit on, but I hope you're enjoying the spring and the sunshine, and I'll see you soon.